Hey y'all, it's Cam again. I gotta share these crazies on the Instagram. This says a Texas man files a $1 million lawsuit against Democrat voter who keyed his Tesla. This is from the Right Wing Angel. And this is the Fox News update for that. So let's see. I mean, these people do need
Called the attention of Donald Trump Jr., who posted the video and said, quote, "Internet, do your thing." Well, according to the lawsuit, that video helped identify Rafael Hernandez, who was arrested and charged with criminal mischief and since posted his bond. The latest about it. What do we know, Brooke? Well, the victim is seeking $1 million, and we sat down with his attorney, who tells me that he believes that this is the first civil lawsuit that has been filed in connection to this Tesla takedown movement. His client, who wants to stay anonymous, fearing that he is going to be targeted, was returning back from the trip. He left his car at the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. When he saw this, he realized his car had been keyed, so he checked the cameras. That's when he saw the man walk by and vandalize his car. So he posted on X. Wow. He wanted to find out who did this. That video quickly went viral. It even caught the attention of Donald Trump Jr., who posted the video and said, quote, "Internet, do your thing."
I just think that's funny. Oh, these people, they do need to face some severe consequences. I mean, if without consequences, like people are just going to continue to do this stuff. Let's see what's next. It says PBS, and I don't know if y'all saw that this last week or the week before with PBS and NPR trying to get federal funding. But if you remember, it used to be Fred Rogers from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, where he'd take off his shoes and his sweater and all that stuff and put on a different shoes or pair of shoes and a sweater. And then now they show programming, and they actually showed the video. I think it was Marjorie Taylor Greene showing the video of basically him, or excuse me, of them showing a drag queen, like a drag queen story hour. I was like, oh my gosh, why is this not showing me? Sorry, give me just 1 second. Oops, forgot to turn my video on. Not that y'all really need to see my face, but hold on, let me go back. Technical difficulties, y'all. Okay, let me see. Why isn't it showing it? Ugh. I am sharing it. Okay, there's the screens up here. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let's see if we can go back here. Okay, so anyway, why is this showing up here? I don't want that one. Okay, there you go. It went away. And then this says, know what it was like. Let's stop dwelling and work on shaming this crap back under a rock where it belongs. We as conservatives need to move on from outrage. We now have the higher ground and time to move forward rebuilding. Yeah, I mean, this stuff, kids don't need to know about any of this stuff. Anyway, and then it says one of the most painful signs of years of dumbed down education is how many people are unable to make a coherent argument. They can vent their emotions, question other people's motives, make bold assertions, repeat slogans, anything except reason. Yeah, there's no common sense, no logic anymore. They retort to what do they call them? Ad hominem attacks. So they'll attack the person versus worry or like come up with like actual facts. Anyway, it says this man has to go down in history as one of the great intellectuals of our time. And this is Thomas Sowell. And then, do they even allow teaching debate anymore? Used to be a team sport in my high school. And then, God, please give this man another 50 more years to live. We need him. Yeah. Yeah. Anything but reason. It's all about emotion, how you feel. Oh, anyway, it says Representative Raskin lies about deported gang member, but Carolyn Levitt puts him in his place. Let's see.
Gilmer Garcia. He's a Marylander married to a U.S. citizen who has a 5-year-old son with autism.
First of all, the error that you are referring to was a clerical error.
Are you listening?
The administration maintains the position that this individual who was deported to El Salvador and will not be returning to our country was a member of the brutal and vicious MS-13 gang.
Boom.
We also have credible intelligence proving that this individual was involved in human trafficking.
Get him out.
This individual was a member, actually a leader of the brutal MS-13 gang, which this president has designated as a foreign terrorist organization.
Well, here's one person of many who wasn't a terrorist.
Ugh, I can't deal with that guy. Him and Goldman and that Swalwell, the one that slept with the Chinese spy. Okay, anyway, I can't deal with Democrat men. They're just like they need to have their testosterone levels checked on the regular. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's see. It says this is concerning COVID. It says your grandma died alone in the hospital. Your husband was fired over a mandate. Your teenage son has heart problems. You lost your business. You weren't allowed to go to church. Your 2-year-old was forced to mask, but you want to forget the whole thing. No, I will never forget. No, I won't either. I don't think a lot of people will. I think obviously Fauci needs to be charged, but we know how that works. Let's see here. Maybe don't brag a lot about doing crimes unless you want this to happen. So this TikToker brags about doing crime, now getting the consequences. So the guy up top is actually a transgender male, whatever, trying to be female, lied on that driver's license application. And anyway, the state actually sent him a letter. Let's see if it starts over. I don't want to start it yet. Oh, this is from Florida. I thought it was Texas.
In the sense that, like, I do think documents need to correctly say.
Hold on. I wish it would just start over. Let's see. Just give it a second. Ooh.
I just got my gender changed on my driver's license in the free state of Florida. My God, Ron DeSantis would be screaming right now if he knew about this. This little license now says female on it. It doesn't. This was not easy. We're not even supposed to be able to do this in this state.
Well, the Department of Florida Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles sent James a letter revoking his license,
wow,
issuing him a new one that correctly says his sex is male, and of course reminds him that it is against the law and potentially a criminal offense to knowingly put incorrect information on your license. This is, of course, a win for sanity in the sense that, like, I do think documents need to correctly say your biological sex, but two, if you're gonna do crime, don't post about it on the internet, or you're just playing stupid games and asking to win.
So anyway, I just thought that was funny. It says, no, maybe don't brag about a crime unless you want this to happen. It says, we have such a mental health crisis in this country. Yeah, we do. It says, you're still a man, dude. Ooh. Okay. So Newsom, this scumbag that is, he is now saying that he wants other nations to exempt California from tariffs. Dude, you're in the United States. So what are you doing? It says, can we exempt California from the United States? Well, go. I mean, what an idiot. That's dumb. It says what a scumbag. I probably shouldn't have liked that. Or is she saying it like, oh, she's conservative, excuse me, so I guess it's okay. I don't know at this point. Anyway, sometimes you get somebody that sneaks in. It says, I'm an aide of California, and trust me, I speak for a lot of us. This guy sucks and has to go. It says Newsom's actions are treasonous. He single-handedly destroyed California. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But y'all keep voting for his dumbass, so you get what you vote for, I guess. It says, what do we want? Free speech. For everybody, just for us. That's not free speech. You're a racist. I mean, pretty much sums up the Democrat Party. Oh, boy. Let's see. And then it says, when this is over, America should open all of its old factories and get off the made in China wagon. True. It says, I'm very sick of everything I pick up, turn it over, see made in China. Hold on. Clothes, home goods, kitchen stuff, all made in China. It needs to stop. I know it's cheaper to make stuff over there, but we need to like have stuff manufactured here. And hopefully with the tariffs, and everybody's freaking out because they don't know how it's going to work. Even with the tariff, it will cause more companies to start making things here. Um, Here's the Dems in 2023. I guess the Dow had dropped at some point. It says they all act like they own stocks now too. Um, so I guess there was a dip here at 38,313 or 14. It's basically the same, but the Dems now in 2025 because they have a new president to complain about. It says the left can't not complain. Yeah. Imagine crying about the middle class buying the most stock in over a decade. Yeah. I mean, I don't get it. Democrats are just something else. It says when your neighbor keys your car but doesn't realize you own a Tesla and he just messed up. Okay. So he's keying the car.
Yeah, it looks like you keying my car. My red Tesla. You didn't realize, but the car films. It makes a video. So you keying my car. I have video evidence of you keying my car. No, you can see that you're deliberately hitting the car with keys.
Wow.
It's clearly him. He said he was just walking past the car, so it's clearly him.
Wow.
You want to have a look? Or you want to just pay $800 now and be done with it? Because I'll be calling the police. You'll be charged with malicious damage. Well,
you should have already called the cops.
Just admit it. What, you want to see if I have conclusive evidence that you scratched my car? Point Road. Yeah. Why am I here? Because you scratched my car, mother.
Oh.
Well, what do you think's going to happen when you scratch someone's car and do $1,000 worth of damage? You think they're going to get upset? You're damn right they're going to get upset.
Wow.
You can call the police right now. They'll come here and charge you right now with malicious damage.
That man's like 80 years old too.
Or you can pay $800 right now and be done with the matter. Okay, let's show you. $800 from the neighbor who scratched my Tesla. Let's just have a look at the scratch, shall
we? That's crazy. And he looks like somebody that will be concerned about the
talk about
atmosphere.
Taking streets. I hear you Democrat politicians talking about taking something to the street. You got to use violence. Oh, yeah, y'all want this smoke? Well, come on out to the street because there's a whole bunch of angry taxpayers, baby. And I don't think you got enough bodyguards for us, honey. So you watch what you say. And now y'all want to sing civil rights songs? What side are you on? What side are you on? Really? We ain't on your damn side. We're on God's side. Because y'all the devil. Y'all the devil. And how dare y'all talk about violence? The party of love and happiness. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Bring it to the streets. Come on, I dare you. Bring it to the streets. Let's see what happens when you bring it to the streets. Hell out of here. Y'all look like a bunch of damn fools. Shut your ass up. Really?
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I've been coughing a bunch, but anyway, I just thought that was funny. Okay, so this is Chuck Schumer. Says, I don't remember when Chuck Schumer was a Republican. Do you remember this guy? Did he die and his twin liberal Democrat brother by the same name move into Congress? Oh my gosh. So this is talking about the border. I guess this is Chuck Schumer in 2009. And then that says the U.S.-Mexico border encounters plummeted, I guess, under Trump.
We convey a message to the American people that their government is not serious about combating illegal immigration, which the American people overwhelmingly oppose. If you don't think it's illegal, you're not going to say it. I think it is illegal and wrong. People who enter the United States without our permission are illegal aliens, and illegal aliens should not be treated the same as people who entered the U.S. legally. Illegal immigration is wrong, plain and simple. Until the American people are convinced that we will stop future flows of illegal immigration, we will make no progress on dealing with the millions of illegal immigrants who are here now. When we use phrases,
oh my gosh, that was under Obama's administration, I think, in 2009. What is he talking about? It says a Blaze media journalist confronts former DHS Secretary Mayorkas about the border. So I'll read some of these and then let it start over from the beginning. It says, why is he not in jail for treason? Because he knows he lied to Americans for years. This says the Blaze TV national correspondent Julio Rojas confronts former DHS Secretary Mayorkas. Do you have any regret facilitating an open border? Do you regret allowing Trinidad Aragua to gain a foothold in the United States? You don't have anything to say? It says, kudos to the reporter for asking the tough questions. He helped the cartels with human trafficking, especially children. And then he forgot to ask Mayorkas how many millions he was paid to keep the borders open. But I think he was an attorney at some point. And then I thought I heard some, like a video of him saying basically he wanted like open borders. Even when, like he was helping people. I think he was like an immigration attorney before he became a border czar dude. So let's see. Let's wait till it starts all over. It says, by saying nothing tells you all you need to know about Mayorkas. Yeah, that little slimy look on his face. The POS needs to be in Gitmo for treason. And then what a legacy to have and for what and whom. And then that man needs to be jailed for treason. He should be indicted. I mean, people are just giving him crap here. But anyway, it says Mayorkas belongs in prison for sedition. That man needs to be prosecuted for crimes against the United States. Not just him, anybody else that approved all this stuff, all these people that these Democrat leaders in these towns and stuff or cities that want to be sanctuary cities and all that junk. Oh, why is it not starting over? I don't want to start it yet. Okay, this guy should be in jail, no question about it. Yeah. And that piece of work has blood on his hands. Yes, plenty of blood. He needs to be in jail. Him and anybody else. Okay.
Oh, pleasure.
How you doing?
We're doing fine. How are you?
I just wanted to ask you how it feels to see that the United States has a secure border now that President Trump is in office, as opposed to when he was Secretary of Homeland Security. Do you have any regret facilitating an open border, sir? Border crossings are down 95%.
Security announcement. Please maintain.
Do you regret allowing Trinidad Aragua to gain a foothold in the United States, sir?
Untamed baggage is subject to search.
You don't have anything to say, sir, about your time as Homeland Security Secretary? Facilitating an open border?
Wow, what a scumbag. They're all scummy. Wow. Yeah, he can't answer for anything, but that's the guy that opened the border and lied about it to Congress. All right, so let's see here.
Woke ideology.
I think the woke ideology just says I care about people. No.
Well, men and women sports says I care about people.
Yeah, I think it's all about accepting people's differences. And there's the word woke was being.
But you say the word differences. Don't you think men and women have differences?
Of course they do, but we all have the same needs. We need to be heard. We need to be understood. We need social services.
What about the women who say, I want to be understood and I don't want to compete against a man or have to share a locker room with a man? What would you say to them?
Oh, you mean like that 1/100th of 1% of people?
But it does happen.
I think that they'll sort that out. Does
their opinion not matter, the small amount, the minority?
I think that sports people understand what they're doing and they'll sort out what it needs to happen.
Are you a sports person?
No.
But you have an opinion on it?
Not really. I mean, I don't, I'd say like.
So you'd be fine separating the genders then biologically by not allowing men in the women's sports or the locker rooms.
I think that They need to sort it out.
Do you think biological men have an advantage to women over sports?
I've met a lot of biological men that even I could take down. So, not.
How tall are you?
I think I'm under 5 foot.
What are these men you could take down?
Well, there's not a lot, but I probably could take some down. Yeah, but I'm pretty strong, so I work out.
You want to arm wrestle?
No, I probably couldn't win with you.
Okay, well,
definitely not arm.
He's too masculine for her. Like I say, this is right here. Nothing says caring like burning a car. Yes, that I care about people. So you can't care enough to respect somebody else's property. I mean, I know she's not doing that, but a lot of these people that did the Molotov cocktails and actually scratching cars and all this other crazy nonsense. Let's see.
Outrageous affront to folks who share our values on democracy, and for him to mock them.
Hold on. Voters regret it. Nobody signed up to insult Canadians. Honestly, I don't know any Canadians. I mean, I don't know any. I mean, and I wouldn't insult them anyway. I don't know what he's talking about. These people just have nothing better to do. Anything that Donald Trump does, he's got to come out of the freaking woodworks and say something. Oh, just shut up already. Let's see. I can't even really listen to him with his little jazz hands.
To say this about Canada, that they're nasty people. I don't, the thing I think that starts to have to set in, and I would argue that what happened in Wisconsin is that there's buyer's remorse on this, and nobody signed up for this. Nobody signed up to insult the Canadian.
The Canadians.
It's an outrageous affront to folks who share our values on democracy, and for him to.
They don't have a democracy. I think aren't they under a prime minister? Do they even get to vote? I mean, I don't know their voting stuff, but it seems like that guy up there, Trudeau, was a dictator. I mean, I've heard just how bad the lockdowns and stuff were. And I know it was for health safety, blah, blah, blah. But some of that they found out later was BS. So they didn't even know. It says stick a tampon in the walls. You're just someone no one would leave their kid with. This is 100 million of us love what's going on. I said I do not regret my vote. I know exactly who I voted for, MAGA. So, I mean, these people just have nothing better to do. So this says, listen closely. There are people that still want to blame a man who takes no salary instead of the ones who are stealing our money. Time to stop blaming bad orange man and open your eyeballs. Now I'm going to go out on a limb and say this would warrant reparations to all. Define reparation, the making of amends for a wrong one has done by paying money to or otherwise helping those who have been wronged. Expose truth, Doge, audit, we the people, all the hashtags. Thank heavens for Trump and Doge. Elizabeth Warren is screaming pretty loud. So, yeah, I mean, they say that squeaky wheel gets the greasing. That's the one that's going to get the most attention. And she was so shrill. But she lied about money that she was getting from pharmaceutical companies with RFK, because I think he even brought the receipts. Let's see what this guy has to say. It says, listen closely, the Doge effect. I don't know if it's going to start over. I'm sorry. I hate that. I can't start them over.
Happening. This is so easy. You have to have somebody help you misunderstand it. These people are getting kickbacks. They say, I thought you was a Christian content creator. This is Christian content because God is the spirit of truth. And I'm talking truth to you right now. Doge will be the one thing that unites this nation and unites the people. Because when it comes to your pocketbooks and when it comes to your wallets, we all have common ground.
Yeah.
As they reveal the corruption, we will all realize we're standing together. We're just cash cows for this corrupt government.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So anyway, I think that may be the last one. Let me go down here and just kind of look for right this minute. Oh yeah. And then it says, let's look at this meme. It says 97% of scientists agree with whoever is funding them. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Anyway. Oh my gosh, I just have to share all those today. I got other stuff, but that's for right now. anyway, I hope y'all have a good Saturday. I'm gonna try to get a couple more videos loaded up because my husband's doing something, so we're just gonna be hanging out here in the bad weather outside. So, anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.